Welcome to the Supreme Court Podcast. Can you go to jail for illegal recruitment? This was discussed by the Supreme Court in the case Sacking versus People, GR number 257805. Jan was at a repair shop when he was approached by Lee, who said he was looking for people interested to work in Australia as grape and apple pickers. The placement fee was 300,000 pesos. Jan was interested in Lee's offer, but he was short of funds, so he offered his van and an additional 100,000 pesos in cash as payment. Jan filled out forms and gave his passport to Lee. He later paid the 100,000 pesos in 3 installments. Lee, however, never gave any official receipt. When Jan could no longer contact the recruiter, he went to the agency where Lee claimed to work. However, the agency said Jan has no pending application with them. The Philippine Overseas Employment Agency, or the POEA, also confirmed that Lee had no license to recruit workers for overseas employment. Jan filed a case before the Regional Trial Court, which convicted Lee for illegal recruitment under the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipinos Act. The Court of Appeals affirmed the trial court. The Supreme Court upheld Lee's conviction, finding that all the elements of the crime of illegal recruitment are present. Under Sections 6 and 7 of the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipinos Act, which defines and penalizes illegal recruitment, the elements of the crime are: first, the offender has no valid license or authority to engage in the recruitment and placement of workers, and second, the offender undertakes any of the activities within the meaning of recruitment and placement under Article 13, Paragraph B of the Labor Code, or any of the prohibited practices under Section 6 of the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipinos Act. In Lee's case, the POEA certified that Lee is not licensed to engage in any recruitment or placement activities. Without such license, he told Jan he could process for him a working visa, supposedly due to connections Lee had with the Australian embassy. Based on the evidence, Jan clearly parted with his money and vehicle because of Lee's promise of employment overseas. For the crime of illegal recruitment, not only was Lee fined 1 million pesos, he was also sentenced to jail for 12 to 14 years. To read the full text of this case, visit the Supreme Court website and search for the case Sacking versus People, GR number 257805.